People, I swear to God, no, first thing first, Golly God, mavado, man, I trouble you. Put out that disclaimer there from early. But this funny. A man say right here, so. A man ask a question on Twitter. Who is the greatest barber of all time? A man reply, according to Cartel.
Well, people, the man that try style mavado, according to Vibes Cartel, mavado is one of the greatest barbers of all time. Well, mavado could be one of the greatest barbers of all time, but definitely he is one of Jamaica's greatest musicians and hit makers of all times. People, talk to me in the comment section. You can style mavado as a barber, but you can style him as an artist because he is an excellent hit maker. Veteran dancehall artist mavado. Anyhow, people, Jamaica always a keep. Why Mr. Jamaica always a keep? You all know that Jamaica isn't a real place. Take a look at this.
At a 9 night in Falmouth, Trelawney.
People living in Jamaica, apart from the crime and violence and the bagger everywhere going with the government, other from that, me I tell you, if you live in Jamaica, you laugh every single day. What a person they are doing a wedding dress at the people them 9 night. Tell me now. And then again, people, the next reason why Jamaica isn't a real place. Take a look at this.
What I got it? Burna.
Now, people, as we tell you, madness always going to Jamaica. Right now, we have a Rasta man on social media. The man strictly advocate for the pork. And people, him say him a real Rasta, not a dread. The man say him a advocate for the pork eating and the meat eating because him don't want pop down pan him woman.
Selassie said Rasta must be food educated.
Uno must be mad. Uno think me a make because of uno me can broke down my girl rascal bed. Uno think me a make because of uno me pop down. Eh? But Bobo Hill. No Rasta can't tell more people nah stop eat my pork, you know. I mean nah stop eat my chicken in here. So me no know how no I go manage, you know. Oh. You think me I walk up Bobo Hill again and drop down? You think me I feed pan vegetable me can breed my rascal girl? I know for no a drop off fight, man.
Now, people, the next thing we are trending in Jamaica, a crab all over. You see crab, people are on crab, people are curry crab, people are boiled crab. But actually, this is somebody a brown stew crab, like literally a brown stew crab. Let me see all of the people who love crab in the comment section. And for the people who don't eat crab, state why you don't eat crab. And of course, me eat crab. I don't eat the nasty part, you know, I just eat the legs, them and the claws. Even though it's, you know, say crab are ugly sitting, you look like one Anansi people. You look like one alien sit. I don't know, but them nice. And for the people who don't eat crab, me know so now go cuss me and say crab eat all kind of dead something. I don't care. Them nice. Anyhow, what is up, welcome to Dancehall Truth family. Hope each and every one of you is having a blessed and productive Sunday. And people, but you can hear my voice. May I tell you, the flu did lick me down. That's why you need to hear the voice. But anyhow, people, me up and running, not fully recover. Yeah, me know. Now go tell me about the lime and the honey. Try it already. It a go on with that little thing still. Me not lie. But anyhow, people, me could officially kick the video off like this. Now, people, check this out. By now, everyone should see the story that international dancehall artist, should I even say dancehall artist, Burna Mavado has met in a car accident in the parish of St. Mary. Yes, here in Jamaica. My home parish, St. Mary, is a dangerous place, you know. But people, fortunately, the artist was not injured, but his friends was hospitalized. Two of his friends was hospitalized. Then again, me there, I wonder if a Valiant really carry come on St. Mary, you know.
And if the client not pay me, drive gone on a secondary.
What people, on a serious note, you know, we want to wish everyone that was involved in the car accident a speedy recovery. Then again, thinking about it, you know, Byron, oh, you escape out of that and don't get no injuries. Look at the condition of the car, them. Byron, you know, say a Valiant really can come and send me. Anyhow, people, please remember to drive safely on the road.
Say you're bad from which part? Tell a pussy we no gun dip dog.
Now, people, check this out. You know, Jamaican stay rumors are circulating the internet that popular female dancehall artist Jada Kingdom is dating popular Afrobeat international sensation Burna Boy. And people, as you can see displayed in the picture on your screen, Jada Kingdom is wearing Burna Boy's chain. And you know, Jamaican stay once them put one and one together, them now get two. You know, them get about 10 to make things get bigger than how it actually seems. Them not really do the maths, you know. But people, you know how that go. Then again, people, this is what happened. The ex of Burna Boy, which is Steph London, she actually made a post disrespecting somebody on Instagram, calling them a whore. Everybody is now stating that it's Jada Kingdom. Steph London actually clarified that it is not Jada Kingdom and actually tagged the person at the person, people. But we're not gonna get into that because the person isn't even a celebrity like that. So people, all you know is that she did not disrespect Jada Kingdom. No beef, just pasta. You see, people. Any of people, do tell me your thoughts in the comment section below.
Dancehall that we do these days is more like it's mixed with more melodies and trap and different sounds. Back in the days, you will hear like a steel or a little drum, and then an artist is just like doing this slow, like dun dun dun. The type of music we're doing now, it goes like this. It's more flowy on the beat. Yeah, you feel me? So, but what I'm doing now is like, when I came to America, it's like when I go to the clubs, people are still enjoying the old school dancehall. The new dancehall has not broken ground here. So
it has not.
It has not. Wow. There's a lot of artists who came up that you don't know about. I'm just lucky to be one of them that has, you know, a image and a face that I market myself in a certain type of way where, you know, other people get to know about me, you know, because I have been doing new school dancehall. But ever since I came here in America, I said, wait, how are you guys still listening to these songs and be like, oh, this is the jam? Like, we hardly even listen to that in Jamaica.
Absolutely true.
How are you guys still stuck on this type of music? Don't get me wrong, vintage, very legendary.
It'd be like us going to another country, they're like, I said a hip, hop, we're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I take it up on myself to be like, nah, I gotta help my culture expand and help you guys catch on to what's happening down here. So I try to mix both.
Now, people, just now after listening to what Chensia had to say, wouldn't you agree with Chensia? Don't you think that the older school dancehall music is better than the newer school of dancehall music? Chensia is basically saying the new school of music in our past airports, it now go internationally, and people, we have to accept things for what it is, of course. But then better music did I produce. Now bash the artists them know, but may I tell you, them need to go to the drawing board and find out what is going on. People, they are the real musicians, them will understand music. I know marketing go. Talk to me in the comment section. But anyhow, people, let's move on to the status of Jamaica. What make Jamaica so hard? That's why everybody want to go America, England, Canada, all of the first world country them. People, this is the reason. Take a listen to this.
Banking fees are going up again. Going to the ATM is going to cost you more than just stress. I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. So one by one, banks have been letting customers know that the fees on our accounts are going up. Banks charge fees on various transactions. Like example, you use an NCB point of sale machine at a store when you have a Scotia debit card, or using a Sagicor ATM to withdraw money when you have a JN card. Some banks even charge you if you try to withdraw more money than you have in your account. And banks are starting to charge more for these things because they claim they need the money. They're saying that since COVID, their cost of doing business has gone up. Between high inflation, high interest rates, and high electricity costs because of the Russia-Ukraine war, scam attacks, they say they've been taking hits. Plus, security and courier transport companies such as Beryllium have raised their rates in some instances dramatically, and who can blame them? That's also an extra cost for the banks. And the more their costs go up, the more they have to find ways, they claim, to offset that. So they're charging us more. Cue the latest banking fee increase. And they were already making bank from fees. According to our friend David Rose at The Observer, NCB brought in $23.5 billion in fees and commissions last year. Scotia brought in over $17 billion, and Sagicor made $7 billion from fees. But the cost of doing business in 2022 isn't the same in 2023, so banks are adding extra cost to transactions to bring in more money. They're even adding cost to things that used to be free. JN customers who used to get unlimited free withdrawals from JN ATMs will now only have 4 free withdrawals a month. After that, it's $30 each. RTGS transfers to other banks will cost $250, and in-branch deposits less than $1 million will now cost $1,000. And for some banks, the increases are $20 here, $50 there, but those add up. David also created this table comparing the fees on savings accounts at the more popular banks. So, has your bank increased fees? Do you think they should have raised fees? Let me know in the comments.
Now, people, the citizens of Jamaica that are residing in Jamaica at the moment, more money that out of your pocket for whatever financial institution are your choice, because you are more money them are going to charge you depending on your transaction or whatever you do. So if you have a JN account and you decide you're going to go on Scotia ATM, them are going to chop you, and for other reasons too. So people, say food at Jamaica expensive like crazy, and for the people them with America, England and Canada, say always I say, of course, food expensive at them place that too. We not deny that food expensive everywhere, but in Jamaica, bear in mind, say, so we have to pay for all of that shipping. Then again, if you with the supermarkets or wherever the food them coming from, them actually have to make them profit when them bring in them food, and that I go fall upon consumers' pockets. So we have to pay for all of the shipping. We have to pay for the people them have to make them profit. So we have to pay for every single thing in Jamaica. And this economy where she bad. When I say the economy, I don't know how to describe this the economy not stay good, none at all. One of the worst economy in the world. So you can just imagine what go on. And people, everything will blame the Prime Minister for. Just the other day, the Prime Minister made a statement that Jamaica is going cashless. The Prime Minister did not actually say that we are going to stop use cash literally, but he's heading for a cashless society. People, I tell you, we on social media, we take the man video, we twist it and we turn it our way. But people, just to say that Andrew Holness did not lie this time. Take a listen to this.
Did Prime Minister Andrew Holness backtrack on his position of having Jamaica become a cashless society? I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. So, a couple days ago, I saw this clip.
Very soon, this position of a human being exchanging cash and so on, that is going to disappear from the banking system very soon.
And that had me all kinds of confused. I was like, Prime Minister actually said that? Did he make a mistake or something? Because as far as I know, the government's position has always been that cashless transactions are meant to complement cash transactions. Hence, they're printing new banknotes. But anyway, we did a little bit of research and my team found the full clip of what the Prime Minister actually said. And here it is.
Our banking consumers are seeing it as well, because the banks are moving very rapidly to digital. You have something now called artificial intelligence. Very soon, this position of a human being exchanging cash and so on, that is going to disappear from the banking system very soon. And you are going to have to interface with machines.
And see, this is exactly how we end up with disinformation and fake news spreading, because in the full clip, the PM wasn't even talking about a cashless society. He was talking about AI at the banks and saying that you won't have to hand your cash to a person. You're just going to do so to a machine, which already is happening at the ATMs. So it was a completely different point, and somebody took that tiny clip, twisted it to make their own point. Now, as you guys know, I have been an advocate for moving towards a cashless society. And hear the key word there, towards a cashless society. Not talking about abandoning cash completely. Jamaica is nowhere near ready for that at this moment. And I don't think we will be ready for that for at least another 20 years or so. And a large part of the reason is that so many of you are very, very skeptical about the system and having your information in the system. And I can understand that. But when we look at countries even in Africa, which are so far ahead of us technologically when it comes to moving towards a cashless society, we see how much business we are actually losing by holding on to these ideals. Now, When Jamaica finally does become cashless, if that ever happens, 20, 30 years or so into the future, it is not going to be because any government mandated it. It is going to be because bit by bit by bit, our society moved towards that direction. And more transactions are going to be conducted in a cashless manner, in a digital manner, because more and more people will realize A, the convenience of it, and B, the security of it. Not having to walk around with large amounts of money in your pocket to pay bills. Now, technologically, we are not ready now to be completely cashless, and psychologically, we're nowhere near ready to be completely cashless. But I just hope that this clarifies what was actually said, and I want to hear from you. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about this entire situation.
An 8-year-old girl was abducted from her school in Portmore, driven to an area in St. Andrew, her throat slashed, and she was thrown from a motor vehicle. She was rescued by passers-by. Now, Jamaica, open your eyes. Any community, any nation that does not have its citizens, normal citizens, directly involved in the crime fighting process will never rid its people of crime. Look, in developing countries, we have security response numbers that people call when a crime is in process or when they have knowledge of any crime. In Jamaica, the security response number is used for pranks. Oh, I planted that bomb over there. And that's funny. And everyone laughs until the devastation, heartlessness, and viciousness of the criminal elements reaches our doorsteps. 95% of these communities, that have these high crime rates, these residents know the perpetrators of crime, but they feel safer among the perpetrators than if they report the perpetrators to law enforcement, because the trust between citizens and law enforcement is non-existent. When we speak of crime in Jamaica, you have the numbskulls come on social media. Oi, look at the mass shootings in Canada. Look at the shootings in America. Look at what is going on in England. Compare the population of any of these developed countries to Jamaica. Compared the crime per capita of any of these developed countries compared to Jamaica, and tell me if you don't see the difference. Jamaica now has a culture of criminality. It is a cultural problem now. It is no longer a social problem. And law-abiding citizens have become victims days in, day out. And with no one to talk to, no one to rescue them, because we have a broken system. Broken. A lot of these people who witness the crimes, they want to come forward, but who will they speak to? Who will they speak to? And when they speak, what happened to them? What happened to their families? That is what we need to focus on in Jamaica. When the heartlessness get to the kids and the elderly and the women, it's a different level.